Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. This is Drew. Today we're playing some Grixis Control in Historic, which I'm really excited about. I just love this archetype in general. It's always a lot of fun to play with different versions of Nicol Bolas. He tends to be ridiculously powerful, and so if you can get him down and defend him, hopefully you can eventually just overwhelm your opponent with just the power level of having a couple of him down, a couple of the most powerful planeswalkers in Standard down, basically. Especially with Nicol Bolas Dragon God, if you can get him down while you're in a relatively commanding position already, or if the board is neutral and you're able to get him down, just the sheer kind of card disadvantage that your opponents will be at once he gets a few activations. Let me zoom in on him here. It can be really difficult to come back. Also, sometimes his static is relevant, where you want to, use a Nissa activation. One thing that I'm just seeing now, logging in, is that Uro has been banned in Historic, which is a huge deal. Okay, the ramp decks will never be the same. Uro was a central card. This is heartbreaking news to Simic ramp players. Heartbreaking news for Sultai players, for all kinds of different types of players. This is really going to change the nature of Historic. And this is good news for Grixis Control players. They can rejoice. This is going to make decks like this more competitive. You're not going to be drowned in card advantage by a kind of stupidly powerful card like Uro. That one was always a little bit too good. So we're going to do a best of 3 here. My basic idea with sideboarding strategy is that we're going to board into more counter magic if we need that. We've got the Shark Typhoons to have some kind of proactive play while holding up counter magic. And, if we're playing more of a creature-based strategy that's less of a combo or control deck, then we're going to board in the Heartless Axe and an additional Extinction Event and just hope that we have enough removal. We've got a few Grafdigger's Cage we can bring in if that's relevant. Got a couple Narsets to bring in, although maybe that'll be slightly less relevant in a world where people aren't playing with Uro. But we'll see. So I'm going to take this in, and we're going to do a best of 3 here. And there you see my Simic ramp deck, which I was just playing with earlier. God, was it this morning? Yeah, earlier this morning. Now banned forever. I think it's a good choice, though. I always thought Uro was a little bit too good. Especially the 3 life. I mean, kind of seems like a small part of it, but the 3 life is just so backbreaking. I think just tapped, right? Yeah. I remember when I was playing a lot of mono red. Oh yeah, look at this. People aren't sure what to play anymore. So mono red is back. What do we want here? Let's do this. Yeah, I wonder if like a mono red burn strategy is going to be a little bit more viable. I mean, it's always been, somewhat viable in Historic, but wonder if it gets better now. It must, with Uro going away. Man, like I said, Uro is just backbreaking to aggressive strategies. Just 3 life, 6 life in 1 turn. Just so brutal. So we can gain life. Oh no, we're drawing a card from this Cling to Dust if we want that. Got another sensor if we need it. Oh, beautiful sensor. Or do we want to just play Extinction Event? We can let this land and then just do an Extinction Event. Yeah. Let's do that. A little 2-for-1 there. Now we just need to draw one of our planeswalkers. Alright, so we can eliminate the Spitfire, so that's fine. At a pretty high life total. I was playing with Grixis for a little while without Cling to Dust, and kind of experimenting with this at the moment, but it seems like a pretty good, I mean, not that great, but you know, a reasonably powerful card engine. So hopefully it works out. Skewer the Critics is hitting us. Thank God for this eliminate, right? This would seriously screw us over. I think I'm just going to cycle the Fetid Pools or the Censor. I'm not really sure. I feel like Censor could still be relevant. This deck doesn't, my opponent's deck doesn't tend to play with that many lands. Oh, yes. Okay. What do we do here? I think we cycle. All right. Could be worse. Could be worse. Pretty close to another Cling to Dust. 5 other cards. Man, did my opponent have another burn spell? They did. My God. I love it. Man, they are burning us to death. Okay, we have Cling to Dust. I think... Yeah. Okay, so if we exile a creature card, we gain the life. There is a Spitfire, so that's the play. Otherwise, we can draw a card. We'll see how much danger there is of really getting burned out. I think we'll just gain the life now, though, just to be safe. Looks like they're out. Big win for us. Big win. Big win. Feeling really good. All right, so we're going to switch the view here. Grafdigger's Cage is not relevant. I wonder how many of these negates. Definitely not the Strokes. Not the Narset. Not the Thoughtseizes. I think the Sharks are better than the Thoughtseizes. I mean, they have a lot of non-creature spells. I think the negates are actually pretty solid. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. It's going to be pretty hard to win on the draw here. Um, we're gonna save our life as much as we can. Cling to dust. Excuse me, is a pretty exciting draw. So early on, it's exactly the kind of card we need, and we're gonna have Censor on turn 2. So I think this is about as good as we can reasonably do. Flame of Keld. Take a hit from the courier here. Light up the stage is happening. They hit a Wizard's Lightning. I feel like we're going to lose this. I don't feel good about this game. I do not feel good about this game. It was a creature card, we gain 3 life. Otherwise, okay. Let's draw a card. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. I think we're just going to spend 2 mana this turn. Wow, Spikefield Hazard. We'll take it, no problem. So I think we'll probably just counter the Wizard's Lightning this turn. Maybe kill the Courier next turn. That seems reasonable. All right, so they don't want the cards on the Courier there. Oh, that's the card. That's the card. So Hazard's indestructible, right? Yeah. So we have the 3 black, got the blue. Okay. Let's just throw this down as a black. I think we just... Let's just answer this right away. A little too scary for my taste. Wizard's Lightning. Okay. Let's throw that in the yard. Dragon God. Alright. Opponent's got to be in serious trouble now. They can't feel good about where this game is. They just can't. Oh, another Courier. All right. And they're right back in it. Grixis control, it does something to you. It makes you a bad person. Oh, can we play him? 6. Untap land. Untap land. Come on. I've actually never played him. I've never cast him. Give me an untapped land. Oh, bummer. Oh yeah, we should have this one obviously totally locked up. So can gain 3 life if we exile their creature. So we'll do that if we need to. Yeah. Let's just do full size. I was going to do for 1 for a second there, but yeah, let's just do full size. All right. Well, that's Grixis control for you. I would say it's highly competitive, and there are a lot of tweaks you can make. Cards like Censor, Cling to Dust, the amount of nickel bolasses that you want to play with. I guess some flexibility with the lands, whether you want Shark Typhoons, a lot of variables. So that's really up to you. But overall, I've been having a great time with this deck. Really fun to play with, so I highly recommend it. All right, yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me.